serious now.
Yeah, maybe. Hello, and welcome to Pest Perspectives, episode number 6.
Number 6?
Yes. Yeah, number 6. This time, we have Vicky Hall from Ladybug Pest Control, who is... I am, aren't I?
Well, the first person that's ever called me by my maiden name.
Because obviously you are known by us Vicky Sims.
I am.
You've got to get that changed on LinkedIn as well. You have.
Let's start.
Yeah.
It's away.
Okay.
Go on, go for it.
So there we go. Vicky Hall. Not Vicky Sims. No. Vicky Hall now. That's good. Yeah. So you've had a good day though, haven't you?
I have had a good day, but I am Lady Victoria Hall. That is my official title.
Lady Victoria Hall.
Yeah, I am.
You've heard it here. You have.
I've got. Let me show you. I generally have the certificate to prove that I am a lady. It's not there. I will get it for you.
Okay. I believe you.
I generally are. Yeah, but I want your listeners to actually see.
Okay.
I'm not mad. I'm generally Lady Victoria Hall. I am a lady.
I can't go live yet because on Facebook you need 100 followers, and I don't have 100 followers. I have 73 at the minute. Yeah.
The like button. Yeah?
The follow button.
Follow button.
Follow button.
Follow.
Pest Perspectives. Pest Perspectives. Then I can go live on that. I can.
Live, like the one.
Beauties and Beasties. Beauties and Beasties.
No, they've never asked me to come on their thing. I don't know why. So here's proof that I am.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's the proof.
I am officially a lady. Lady Victoria.
There you go. There's the proof. It's out there now.
I mean, I married someone, so I was always this.
Yeah.
This was my official title years ago, and then I married a when you married someone out of whatever.
Okay.
You lose your title.
Oh, okay.
And stuff.
Yeah.
And so now
you got it back.
I got it back. It doesn't mean to say I've got money or anything like that.
Yeah.
It just gives me privileges. But I haven't used them yet because it's only just happening. So
well, we'll have to.
I don't know if I get first class on British Airways flight or anything.
You never know.
Anything like that until it happens. Until I produce my passport or anything like that.
I suppose you got to get your passports and stuff changed, didn't you?
Yeah, it's really long-winded to be fair. I mean, my business account.
Yeah.
I've got to let the tax man know, but I'm not like, should I not let the tax man know and then do a lot of tax fraud?
No idea. Guarantee they probably know already. You know what they're like.
Joking, yeah. I could just still trade under Victoria Sims.
It's my stage name, you say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very quite tempting under this Labour government to kind of, do stuff behind back doors, but
who knows?
Anyway, what's the interview?
Right.
What do you want to talk about? Just be off the cuff, be who you are.
Yeah, I always am.
I am. I know I've had a couple of drinks, but who cares? I am still sober enough to kind of.
That's good. That's good then. Right. So for people that don't know you, who are you and what do you do in the pest control industry?
Oh, Lady.
There you go.
No, Lady Victoria Hall.
That's it.
Known as Vicky Hall. No, Vicky Sims.
Yes.
No, I am just me. To be fair, it doesn't matter about what your name is, what your title is, or anything like that. I am still me at the end of the day, and I am a fun-loving, bubbly person in this pest control industry, and I absolutely love the pest control industry. Yeah. I love helping people. I love solving situations. I love reading and debating, and I love all the things about pest control. I absolutely love it, and everyone has their own individuality. Yeah. I'm not a posh person at all, like Alex Wade. I love Alex. I absolutely love Alex. I love the posh. I absolutely love a posh. Not so common, but I never went to a posh school. I was never well educated or anything. I learn through life, and that's who I am.
That's good.
And I love it that I'm so common. It is unbelievable, and I say it as it is.
Well, it's how it's got to be.
You know, I am who I am, and that is it. And I don't mean to offend anybody, and we are in a very woke culture right now. But I am from a different generation, and I have banter. Yeah. I will give as good as I get. Nothing offends me. Yeah. Nothing offends me.
That's good. That's good. You
can say to me, Vic, you are fat, you are this, you are that. Yeah, I am. I don't really give a shit. I don't care. That's me. I am not going to be offended by that because you're telling me, yeah, do you know what? That is who I am. But in pest control, and the reason why I love pest control, and the reason why I love it in a male-dominated industry, and I am in a very male-dominated industry, is because I give as good as I get.
That's good. That is.
I love the male banter. I love it. And if that wasn't about, I'll be out of this industry.
Fair enough. Can we just clear something up on the air? Yeah. So Debbie Wilson is not your new director.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I love them.
You took quite a long time to notice that happen, though. You did. You must have read the Pest Mag late, because you're like a few days later. You're like on the British Pest Control group.
Yeah.
When did I make you my director? You were like.
On a minute. What's going on here?
Yeah. She recommended you actually on the end of the last show, and I said, I said, well, it wasn't the last. I had John Sage on the week before, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. She said, "Who do you think you should get on?" Well, you got to get on. You got to get on. But she obviously called you Vicky Sims. She says, my co-director. And I go, in 2 weeks' time, she's on. Well, that's good then, I said. But yeah, she recommended you. She wanted your perspective on pest control, obviously because you're a woman in pest control, which they're highlighting that currently because of International Women's Day. They are. And that's why it's good to have you on, because it's good to have. It's such a diverse industry, and we need more women in the industry. To be honest, we do. The
struggle is.
Yeah. Okay.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Because of the industry that we're in.
Yeah.
And I'm born from a generation that's quite hardy and not cold-hearted, because I do have a warm heart.
Yeah.
But I just feel that it's going to be quite difficult to recruit women in this industry to do the job. You can get office women, get women in the office, that's not a problem. But if you was to try and get women in the field, pest control, I think that's totally different, because they've got to look for rats, they've got to look for mice, they've got to look for cockroaches, pigeons, moths, whatever.
Yeah.
And they are minish of all of those. I'm not. the only thing that would deter me from pest control is spiders. I don't do 8 legs. I can do 6 legs, I can do 4 legs, I can do 2 legs. I can't do 8 legs.
No.
I can't do that.
I don't really deal with them.
I have staff that can do 8 legs.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So this is why I feel we live in an era and we've got to face that. And this is what I was saying on the bus on the way up here tonight on the way home. That we're in an industry, we're in an era. And I know I've had a drink. I do appreciate that I've had a drink and I'm on here tonight. But I'm not drunk. But I will speak the truth. And I do feel that we're in a generation where you have to pussyfoot around, and the women that we have today are how to be kind of non-woke or whatever. But we're in an industry today where you have to be kind of not squeamish towards rats, mice, cockroaches.
You are. That is true.
And I don't mean offence to anybody out there whatsoever. I genuinely don't, and I know this is going to be a hard topic to talk about. I genuinely do. But sometimes, you know what? I go into people's homes.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people out there are in the same position as me. I don't know whether you are. I don't know. But in London.
Okay, London.
We go into properties.
Yeah.
And men are not men anymore. You know, a woman is coming into a property.
Yeah.
And I am being the dominant person, if you like.
Yeah.
And I am saying, you know, you have no insects here whatsoever. There's no insects.
Oh, yeah.
There's no evidence, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, yes, but I saw this X, Y, and Z, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not, and I have to stand there and I have to be sensitive and I have to be strong and I have to believe and I have to be confident in what I am saying. You do not have a problem right now. I can put down insect monitors to reassure you that you do not have a pest problem.
Yeah, it's a hard one, delusional parasitosis. It is. I have seen it. Yeah. I have seen it.
We went to one the other day, and she was adamant they were in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, look, have loads of these insect monitors. Undo them. When you next do your hair, you know, rattle your hair.
Yeah.
Make sure all the insects go on your insect monitors that I've given you.
Yeah.
We was in there over 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We were in this property
for
an insect infestation that did not exist.
Did you get loads of fluff shown to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had duvets, I had carpets, I had every single room. This woman is a very intelligent person.
Yeah.
Very intelligent.
It can happen to anyone. It can.
More intelligent than me. She has been to a very well educated school, you know, college, whatever.
Yeah.
However, her husband has suffered for illness. He is confined. He's a paraplegic.
Yeah. Okay.
And she is his full-time carer.
Okay.
I personally believe he was heading for a meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to try and reassure her. I looked into 15 rooms of her property.
Wow, that's a big property, 15. I suppose it's London, isn't it? It is.
It's huge. Absolutely huge. Massive 15 bedroom, like not 15 bedrooms, but she must have had about 8 bedrooms.
Okay.
En suites, the reception rooms, loads of it. We was there well over an hour and a half.
Okay.
I charge a certain amount per hour.
Yeah.
I was there an hour and a half. She was adamant that she had bugs all over her bedroom, all everywhere. They were everywhere.
Okay.
She was infested with bugs.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It's a terrible thing when you see it. It is.
It is. Do you know what? It's heartbreaking, and it's sort of like, how do you put that in your report that she is suffering from a mental illness, which she is?
Yeah.
You know, she was adamant that she had insects in her head, and I stood there, and normally, so Millie, who's my office manager, she would say, this job needs the Vicky charm.
Oh, okay.
That's what they would call it.
Yeah.
And Casey, my daughter, she would say the thing.
Yeah.
This will need my mummy charm.
Okay.
You know, and I went there, and I was there an hour and a half, and I couldn't produce that Vicky charm or that.
Couldn't you?
Charm,
oh, okay.
Because she was so convinced.
Yeah.
That she was infested. She said, these bugs are all over my husband's body. I see them crawling on his body. I said, okay. Next time that you see him crawling with the bugs, take a photo. Oh, no. I don't see them. I just know they're there.
Oh, right. I see. Okay. It's hard, isn't it? What do you write down?
Very hard, and you kind of have to be like a counsellor.
Yeah, it's really difficult. And
I put insect monitors all over her house.
Yeah.
I must have put down she must have had at least 20 rooms.
Okay.
And every room and cupboards.
Yeah.
Every room and cupboards, we put insect monitors down.
Okay.
So she must have had at least 30 monitors down. Okay. And she rang up a week later, and I said, the minute you get an insect on those monitors, give us a call, we'll be straight back.
Okay.
She gave us a call a week later.
Yeah.
And she said to my daughter, she's on the phone, she's like, I haven't got any insects on them, but I've been decombing my hair in the bath.
Okay.
And there's nothing coming off, but I know that they're there.
Oh, right. That's even worse, though. That is. Yeah.
What do you say to someone like that?
It's difficult because it really is difficult, because I remember we had a case a few years back, and we did a report and everything, and the lady rang. The lady rang back, and she actually called us charlatans, etc. But we didn't spray. We just charged her the normal fee for a call out, and she called us all sorts down the phone. And then we rang the daughter, and the daughter said to her daughter, "You need to go and get some help." You know, but she understood. She did, because this lady had rang loads of pest control companies that all said the same thing. They did. But it's a hard one. It really is hard. It is.
The answers to everything.
No.
We don't have the answers to everything. And, you know, we could be like, they'll call us up and they'll be like, I want a price for X, Y, and Z. And, you know, if it's a mouse and they know they've got mice, then we give them a price. But if they've got a noise in the walls, they expect us to know what that noise is.
You don't.
No, no. We don't have the answers to absolutely everything. And this is what I say to people. And there's a lot of people, and I run a pest control forum along with other admins as well.
Yeah.
The British Pest Control Forum.
Okay.
And there will be people in there, like especially newbies, in the industry that have just gone out on their own. They previously worked for one of the large companies, and they've now gone on their own. And they will say, look, I've got a customer, you know, they've called me out for X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
It is X, Y, and Z. I've charged them X, Y, and Z. They now want a refund for X, Y, and Z because I haven't delivered X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
And I just think to myself, and they generally offer back the refund. And I would say, never, ever offer back the refund. You've already been there.
I never had that before. I haven't.
Why not bring back a refund? You should be confident in yourself. I was always taught in pest control, never allow the customer to dictate or tell you what the pest is.
Yeah.
You have to
determine it,
investigate, and you charge for that investigation.
You do.
So when it comes to rats, as an example,
I
always carry out an initial site survey. So your initial site survey will cost X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is how I do it. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it, but this is how I do it.
Okay.
I break down the service for rats.
Yeah.
And the reason why I break down the service for rats, when I first started out in 2011.
Yeah.
We charged, when I was another company, we charged a set amount to do 3 visits for a trapping service for rats.
Yeah.
Then I met then I got divorced.
Okay.
The amazing bit. Then I met Davy Brown, which was another amazing thing in my life that happened.
Yeah. Davy
Brown then showed me and educated me how rats leave the sewer network and enter a property. Okay. Then I said to Davy Brown, can I teach, and you, not me, no, can you teach other pest controllers in the southeast, because that's where we are, southeast England, England, the Cockneys, can you teach, because I was subcontracting out shitloads of work. Can we swear on this podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
I won't bleep it.
I was subcontracting out loads of work to Davy Brown.
Yeah. Okay.
He could not cope with the amount of referrals that I was giving him.
Oh, okay.
People, they were waiting 1 to 2 weeks. Not good enough.
Yeah.
People, if they've got a pest, they want it dealt with straight away. They want that magic wand.
Yeah, they do.
Dealt with straight away. Yes or no?
Yeah, that's true. It is.
So I said to Davey, look, is there any way you can teach me and other people in the southeast of England, how to just the basics? We don't need the knowledge.
Yeah.
What you have as a drainage engineer, I just need the knowledge of how rats leave the sewer network to enter people's homes.
Okay.
Can you teach that to us pest controllers here in the southeast? If I was to put on a training program, can you deliver? He said yes, but I had to go through Killgerm.
Okay.
He's exclusive to Killgerm.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's exclusive.
I have seen his courses. I didn't know he was totally exclusive though.
He is totally exclusive to Killgerm. I'm not lying about any of this. No, okay. I'm eating cold chicks right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, I rang up Killgerm. I gave them the Vicky charm.
Yeah.
The Ladybug charm or whatever.
Yeah.
As Millie would tell you. And they agreed that through me, if I reached a certain amount of people on the training program, Davey would deliver a program.
Okay.
A training program. And that's how it started. And that was in 2017-18. So my people, hang on. The only way I can remember things is when my marriage ended.
Okay.
And that ended in 2016. I set up Ladybug in 2016. So I believe the first drainage course that Davy delivered out of Kilburn exclusively was 2017 or 18.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly. And correct me if I'm wrong.
So are you the reason he started? Or was he doing courses before you mentioned it? No. Oh, okay.
So this was a start
of
what was to become.
Oh, okay.
And what Davy doesn't know about drainage, not worth knowing.
No. He knows a lot.
He is amazing. Do you know what? I got him in. I saw him on Twitter one day.
Yeah.
On rat detection.
Yeah.
And I had this job that one of my letting agents contacted me of, and I'd left my previous company that I had with my ex-husband.
Okay.
And they said to me, look, Vic, I know you're not with X, Y, and Z, but I know you're on your own. Could you go back to this property and could you try and resolve this rat problem?
Okay.
And I was like, I could try, but I don't know. I went in there and it was the same situation. There were rats frigging everywhere. There genuinely was rats everywhere.
Okay.
And I just thought, I don't know if I can solve this. Anyway, I saw this company called Rat Detection on Twitter.
Okay.
I contacted them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I said, look, this is a situation. The landlord just spent out thousands of pounds trying to deal with this rat problem. Do you think you can try and solve it? I wasn't trained that rats could leave the sewer network and then enter a property. I wasn't trained in that way. I was just trained to kill off rats. Job done. That was it.
Yeah.
But Davy or rat detection had a different kind of perspective on that.
Yeah.
And so I contacted Rat Detective and I spoke to Davy, and he said, basically what happens is X, Y, and Z. And I went, you know what? I've just set up my new company. It would mean a great deal if I could come with you and if you could survey this property for me. It's been going on for years. The landlady has spent thousands on pest control. No one's ever looked at the drains as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
They're losing tenants left, right and centre. Is it possible that you could probably solve this? Because he promised that he could solve a rat problem.
Okay.
And so he said, not a problem. I'm in London, 3-4 times a week. Yeah. I can come down. I was like, okay. So I spoke to my letting agent.
Yeah.
And I gave them the price. I said, look, I don't know if this is going to work, but you know what? Let's give it let's just give it a go.
Yeah.
You've got nothing to lose. You've tried X, Y, and Z. My old company has been there before. I'm a new company. I'm on my own. Let's just give it a go.
Okay.
So they agreed the price. Davy came down, surveyed it, found the fault, and you know what? To this day, so I set up Ladybug in 2016, and we are now in 2025. That property has never ever had a problem since.
That's good. That is. That's a good one.
And that landlady has never had a problem since.
I bet she recommends you.
No-brainer.
Exactly.
By him doing that, and I kept contracting out my work to Davy.
Yeah.
And he would give me a percentage of the work or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, do you know what? I'm losing a lot of money here. And Davy was becoming extremely busy. So rat detection was becoming extremely busy.
Yeah.
And I said to Davy, look, could you train me in what you know? Just your basic. I don't want to know the ins and outs of drainage. I haven't got shit. I don't care. I just want to know, how do rats leave the sewer network? Teach me. Can you teach me? He went, I can. I don't mind doing that. I've got enough work going on.
Yeah. Davy
is the king of rat detection in the sewers. Yes. He is. And I am his number one fan. I generally am.
Yeah.
And I love Davy, and anyone else that's been on Davy's course will tell you they've turned their lives around.
Yeah.
You know, I used to earn £185 for free visits for my trapping program.
Okay.
For my rats.
In London?
I now earn over £1,000 for my rat service.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. And I always say to customers, I can give you a drain survey, but I am not a drainage specialist.
Okay.
I say that right from the start.
Yeah.
I am not a drainage specialist.
Yeah.
I can survey your drains to see how rats are leaving the sewer network.
Yeah.
There's no obvious ingress points around the perimeter of the building.
Yeah.
And we lift up the drainage, like the inspection chamber.
Yeah.
And we see evidence of rats in the inspection chamber.
Yeah.
We then offer a drain survey, CCTV drain survey.
Yeah.
And I then say to them, look, I'm only looking for how rats are leaving the sewer network.
Okay.
If it turns out that you have a collapsed drain, or whatever, you need a drainage specialist.
Okay.
And they need to do X, Y, and Z, and that could cost you more.
Yeah.
I'm only looking at how rats are leaving the sewer network.
Okay.
Yes, we may put in a non-return valve.
Yeah.
But that's only a temporary solution.
Yeah.
It's not a long-term solution. And I always tell my people that it's always in the final page of the report, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
You know, I learned a lot from Davy, and I still learn a lot from Davy.
That's good.
And
nice.
I'm in Davy, and you know, I will say to him, Davy, what's this? What? I've never seen anything like this before. What is this? And like one the other day, a few weeks. Yeah, so much from Davy.
Yeah.
Davy Brown, you know, from back then till now. I know that I can message Davy and I'll say, you know, what's this or whatever. Like the other day I messaged him and I was like, what is this? And he messaged me back and he went, oh, that's a floodgate valve.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen anything like that before. So it's always lovely to know that the person that you met all those years ago in pest control is still there to help you.
Oh, it's great that you've made, well, basically, sounds like your friends, really, more than anything. It's really good, that is.
Someone like Davy, you know, he has taught me so much, and he continues to teach so many people. Honestly, it's like this is a podcast about Davy Brown, but
I'll have to invite him on now. I will.
You 100% need to invite someone like Davy Brown on, because he is absolutely super, and I hold him in such high regard. You know, there are people in the pest control industry that I've met, and I just think, do you know what? You've got so much knowledge and so much, I don't know, just, you know, someone like Alex Wade as a start. I know they do another pest podcast, but Alex,
we get on, no problem. We all get on.
I love a poshy because I'm a woman, but I love a poshy, and Alex Wade to me is such a poshy, and I hold him in such high regard because he has so much knowledge on entomology and
he does. And he can pull it from his brain just like that. He can.
He is, honestly, I could listen to him all day. Yeah. I don't know if you ever met what was his name? I can't. It's going to really frustrate me now. But Alex took over from Dr. No, it's not Doctor. I don't know what he is. But he was an elderly gentleman, and everyone's probably shouting at the screen right now.
Okay.
In Basingstoke, he used to run the Basingstoke, and we used to go there for our rats. And
you're on about? I've never been there. The rat farm.
Yes, the rat farm, and Alex took over from that. Ah.
I don't know his name, but I've heard the stories. He's working on trying to reopen something like it.
Dr.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Alex is just him, and I could listen to him all day long. He has got so much knowledge. Those people I hold in such high regard. I could listen to Alex Wade all day. His voice, the way that he speaks, because he's so posh, and he'll probably say, I'm not posh at all, blah, 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 whatever. But he genuinely is posh. I am so common, and I will tell you as it is.
Yeah.
What I see and what I find, I will say as it is. But I'm not nasty with it or anything like that. But I just, people like Steve Havers, that's it. Dr. Steve Havers? I don't know, but Steve Havers used to run it's in Basingstoke. It was the rat farm.
Okay.
Did you go there?
I only joined Pest Control in 2020, you see. I'm new compared to everyone else.
Honestly.
I heard about it, yeah.
There has to be people out there that know. I'm sure it's Dr. Steve Havers. And
apparently people can still remember the smell of the farm.
Oh, but you know, how weird was that? You would go to the rat section of the farm.
Yeah.
And it would smell ratty, and you would watch them and this, that, and that. And then you would go, it's like that you would walk through.
Yeah.
And you would enter the mice, and you would smell the mice. Honestly, I loved going there. I went there 3 times.
Yeah.
If I can remember rightly. And every time that I've been there, it has been absolutely fascinating. And it's the only time as well that I would ever see roof rats, the black rats. The only time.
They're rare, they are.
I would never see black rats.
They're in London, though, aren't they?
No, they're normally in your ship rats. They're ship rats, aren't they?
Yeah, the Docklands, I was told. That's where you'll find them. At the docks. No?
Docks.
Oh, you're not here, no. You're closer than me. You are. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not in. I don't deal with ships or anything like that. But they would be generally called roof rats.
Yeah.
And so I would never ever see a black rat unless it was for that training centre.
Yeah. Oh.
And it just really opened my eyes. But the black rats were. I'm so passionate. Why am I so passionate about this?
It's good. It's good. It's what I like to see. It's good.
To actually see a black rat in its, well, it's not really in its environment, but to be, to see it in real life. They're so sleek. They're so. I can't explain it. The way that they were.
Yeah.
They're so. You had to be so quiet when you went into that section of the ship rats, and you.
Would you run off if you were too noisy?
Yeah. You were. You had to be so quiet. Really,
okay.
I'm so excited about it, but to actually experience that. I've never experienced that in real life. I had to see that in a setting, which is quite sad, but in the same light, if I was ever called to, I don't know, to Canary Wharf or the docks, or I don't know, just Brighton have a harbour. I suppose it does. But if there was an area, where does my brother-in-law have a boat? Caterham. So if any of them experience an issue with rats, I'll go, I'm your girl. I can deal with that. That's got to be rat. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Could I deal with that? Alex, how do I deal with a shit rat?
Yeah.
That's what I would have to do. And he told me how I would deal with it. And that's what I love about pest control. You can ring up these experts in the industry like, I've never dealt with this before. How do I deal with it? And I would always call upon someone like Alex, who's dealt with, who's looked after the Basingstoke farm.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And he is my go-to person. I have to admit, I do call up Alex a lot. He's very, very knowledgeable. His knowledge that he has stored up here is absolutely unbelievable.
It is. You can just pull it. You can just pull it straight away.
Yeah, how I hold Alex is like up there with Sir David Attenborough. And I absolutely love Sir David Attenborough. I love that kind of person. And Alex is there, along with Davy Brown.
Yeah. That's some good.
I've spoke so much, haven't I?
No, I like it. I like it because I never got to experience it. Apparently, that farm shut down due to COVID and all the funding was pulled.
It was, yeah.
Is that correct? Because I'm sure Alex said in the next 5 years, he, not himself, but he was, I'm sure he mentioned it on the podcast, he wants to try and get something like that again.
Yeah.
He wants to, because he says they need to... Yeah.
Politics around it. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, Alex can tell you probably off there exactly, what the problem was. But Steve was really gutted. They pulled it underneath Steve's. As far as I'm aware, Kelsey's brought it or someone brought it.
Yeah.
They put Alex in, to run it. Whatever it was, there was a lot of. I don't exactly know what was going on.
No. I think a lot of it was probably due to COVID. Everyone wasn't with each other. A lot
of things, but I don't.
Well, I suppose.
I don't think that was the be-all and end-all as to why it happened. I think it's a little bit more sinister about it, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Steve never wanted to sell it, as far as I was concerned.
Okay.
And stuff, and like I said, I mean, I think Steve was absolutely gutted, when it did actually get sold. I think Kelsey's brought it, or so, I don't know, but have a chat with Alex off air, and I'm pretty sure that he would be able to kind of fill you in with all the details.
Well, yeah, I'll be honest, it does sound like somewhere I would have liked to have gone, because it'd be a good experience. It would be. It would have been
absolutely amazing. It was such an incredible experience. And Steve Havers, when I went there, he was one of the first ones to actually show me a hissing cockroach and stuff like. He knew that my phobia was spiders, so he didn't bring those out.
Okay.
He had quite a bit of a sense of humour, a poshy sense of humour. So I he said, Vic, he was like, look at this. I was like, I'm not looking, because I know. It was he brought out like a tarantula.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it and stuff like that. And I went,
no.
So
I'd be no good at that. Not tarantulas, no.
But that's the poshy kind of sense of humour. And stuff. And this is why I love Steve, and this is why I love Alex, because they're poshy sense of humour. But do not ever present me with a spider. Never.
No.
Present me with a hissing cockroach.
Can you cope with a daddy long legs in your house? Oh, that's all right then. They're everywhere. They are.
I can't deal with a spider.
No. Not. I can.
They're like flimsy and like they're a bit of a dim low, aren't they? Really, but you can flip those about. But don't present me with a spider. Don't do that. No. If we get any inquiries about a spider, I'm not going. I'll send my technician.
I went to a pest control job I was doing in someone's garden a few years ago, and the chap said to me, he says, you know what? You've got, he says, a couple of weeks, last week, he says, I went on the Wednesday or something, and he says, you know where the boxes are? I said, yeah. I was stood just, an old gent, about 80, he says, I was stood just here, and a snake came out of there. I says, are you sure? Yeah, a grass snake. And he says, it was massive. I says, thanks for letting me know. And I was so cautious. I was looking around everywhere. We say? No, he reckons it was a snake. There is snakes in the wild in the UK. I don't know, but he reckoned it was massive. He reckons.
My daughter went to Australia, and
you expect it there.
Yeah, she was on she was on TV called it was called Deadliest Pest Down Under was the program, and my daughter was on it, and she dealt with a crocodile and snakes. She got trained in snakes. She's actually got a certificate with snakes, and she dealt with drop bears. She said they were the worst ones. But so if we get a snake problem, I said I'm sending my daughter out.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, so she's got a certificate for that from Australia. So,
that's good. That is.
It'll work over here.
Yeah, definitely. So when you opened your Ladybug Pest Control.
Yeah.
Had you ever set up a business before at all?
Yeah. So I had a business with my ex-husband.
Okay.
And I grew that.
Yeah.
And we had 4 vehicles on the road.
Oh, nice.
Then.
Yeah.
And then obviously when it went tits up.
Yeah.
I just walked away from the XYZ.
Okay.
So I've done an article in the Pest magazine.
Nice. Yeah.
Ladybug saved my life because I didn't attempt suicide. But this is all old news now. But I did attempt suicide. Blah blah blah. But if it wasn't for being in the pest control industry, I don't think I'll be here today. If I'm honest with you.
Oh.
Is the absolute truth.
Okay.
Because I was in such a bad place. And mental health is such a big thing nowadays and stuff.
It is.
And that's why I sometimes still talk about what happened to me and I do brush it under the carpet sometimes and stuff like that because I just feel I don't want to keep dwelling on it. But then people say to me, although you're not dwelling on it, it could actually help someone else. That's why sometimes I touch on it because then I feel like the door is opened ajar. If anyone wants to talk to me about what they're going through, then I'm more than happy to kind of talk to them. But they need to be aware.
Yeah.
Although I attempted suicide 3 times, it didn't work.
Oh no!
Clearly,
I didn't know that.
I mean, it could be that if someone opens up to me, they need to be aware that I had no one to support me through that time.
Okay.
I was literally on my own.
Yeah.
And the only thing that saved me was my business. And also, the only other thing that saved me was Disney. I'm a huge Disney fan. And that's where the title Ladybug came from. So,
right. Okay.
I sat there one day and I was like, come on, Walt. I absolutely love, I am a kid at heart and I'm very outgoing and I wear my heart on my sleeve and I'm quite a, funny person. Well, I don't know if I'm a funny person or not. I don't know what I am. But all I know is that people have said to me, when I walk into a room, there's a presence and I have, I don't know, there's an aura about me that people like and they warm to and stuff like that.
Well, this is the first time I spoke to you, and I feel quite relaxed talking to you, like we've known each other for years. I do. It's the first time we've spoke. It is. So, yeah. Yeah. People
is that, I feel as I've known you for years. So, I was pranked on the Ant and Dex Saturday Night Takeaway show.
You what? You were on there, were you?
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch this then. I need to see if I can find it.
Said exactly the same thing. Went, do you know what? He said, I've known you for years. Although that wasn't aired because I was in the show that bit. But yeah, it was their penultimate show. So if you go to their penultimate show, if you go on my website,
okay, I will. Yeah.
There is you'll see my clip of when I was on Ant and Dex Saturday Night.
I will definitely need to see this.
Yeah.
I will.
So basically,
I may have watched it and I didn't know you at the time. See, I might have watched it. Exactly. I might not have known you.
Exactly.
You see?
Yeah, it could well be that, but there was but basically, yeah, and I mean, I was in with Anne for about a good hour.
Yeah.
The only show literally 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And Anne said to me, he went, "Do you know what?" He said, "I feel like I've known you for years." I went, "Do you know what? I get that a lot. I get that a lot." But to be fair, I felt like I've known him for years. I felt like me and Ant McFarlane have been friends forever. And that's how it was. It was so relaxed. But that's how he was as well.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh, it does. Yeah. It does.
It was just such an amazing experience being on that show. And there was a couple of other pest controllers on that show as well. And when I was in the audience, I think they had a bit of the ump because they showed more of me than they did of them.
Oh, right.
I went, well, I can't help that if I'm more funnier than you. No, I mean, that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
But, it was such a great experience. And when I was on this morning, a few months
Yes, I was going to ask you about that because you were on this morning. You were. Yeah. That was some serious bit of fame there. Did they pick you because they wanted a Ladybug kind of pest control? Or was it like?
What is that? Basically, we had a phone call, and she said she'd seen one of my vans. I've only got one van.
Oh, okay.
Your van.
Yeah.
We want to do a piece about ants.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you know, I don't really know ants.
Okay.
All I know is that the ants, they like sweetness.
You do.
Clean it up.
That's true.
You know, they're going to be there.
Yeah.
No problem. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, as you do.
Yeah.
Turn down an opportunity.
No.
And I always think like that. So I there was a quote before from Richard Branson.
Yeah.
And he said, if you're presented with an opportunity, you say yes.
Yeah.
And then you deal with how you're gonna deal with it after.
Oh, okay.
Basically, turn down an opportunity. You just deal with it afterwards. So I basically said, yeah, I can deal with that.
Did you think it was a wind-up to start with?
No, because they
didn't.
They told me it was this morning. And
okay.
I never knew anything about it.
Oh, okay.
I tried to put Ant and Deck off, if I'm honest with you, because they actually called me directly, and they said that they had this office in West London.
Okay.
This is the Ant and Deck experience.
Yeah.
And I don't cover that area. And they was like, oh, well, you know, we do have offices in Croydon that's similar, but we would like you to come to our main office.
Okay.
I went, yeah, but by the time I get to your office, I could have earned quite a lot of money. Yeah, money's not an issue. You can just charge us whatever you want.
Oh, whatever you want. Yeah, okay.
No, we don't really want you to come to our Croydon office. We want you to come to our other, you know, the office where Ant and Deck was, basically.
Yeah.
I thought it was a secret location. And I was just like, in the back of my head, I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
So obviously I went there. I never knew anything about it. It was Millie, my office manager, who actually set me up and organised everything.
Okay.
The woman that originally called me,
she
said to me, she was just like, we need to verify who you are, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why do you need to do that? I said, you've called me, so you must have researched.
Yeah.
She went, well, you know, we have, but we because the security is so tight at the office, we need to verify who you are. Is there anyone that could verify who you are? I was like, well, the only other person that knows everything about me, including my passwords and everything like that, she can even to my bank account. I said, is Millie, my office manager? She's like my personal secretary. So she went, oh, could I have her details then, and then we'll arrange it? And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I just gave all the details to the woman, not knowing that she was the director of Saturday Night takeaway.
Oh, okay.
She then got in contact with Millie. Millie arranged it all.
Yeah.
And stuff. And then I went up there, blah, blah. And then the ant and deck thing came about. So, yeah, do you know what? I have to say, Sean, is that my dream was always me, ant and deck. I have watched ant and deck since I was, I don't know, whatever, but I've absolutely loved ant and deck. And
mission accomplished. It happened.
Do you know what? That was the only thing on my bucket list. And my favourite famous person, was Nick.
Okay.
And actually, after meeting Ant, who is, who I met, Ant is now my favourite person.
Okay.
He was so amazing. I can't tell you how friendly, how I thought, you know what, and I hear things about famous people, they're so stuck up, this, that, and the other. And they're the most down-to-earth people you could ever possibly meet. The
problem is, a lot of that is, people haven't actually met them face-to-face, and they're just going off, a lot of them are jealous of their success. That's what a lot of it's down to. Yeah. They make stuff up about them.
Very
it is.
And although I didn't meet Deck on the day, I met him on the night.
Yeah.
And when I walked into the studio, Deck turned, he shouted out, "Oh my God, look, it's Ladybug." I was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
I would say about that experience. I never got a selfie or a photograph.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and do you know what? But I know that I love them both.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The video proof is there.
Yeah, the video proof is there. And when I went on this morning, when I met Holly and Phil, this was when it all blew up with Holly and Phil.
Yeah.
Phil then got sacked from this morning.
Yeah.
You could actually tell. When I think I went on there on the Thursday.
Yeah.
Either the Wednesday or the Thursday. I can't remember what day I went on there. But then a couple of days later, Phil was gone.
Okay.
But you could tell that Holly and Phil were at loggerheads. You could tell that because before whatever happened with the schoolboy or whatever it was, the runner, you thought that they were best of friends.
Yeah.
And then when I went in there and all the scandal had happened, I was like, let's have a look at what I can find out. And I spoke to Vicky Hall, and he just sort of said, he was like, no, there's nothing going on, this, that, and the other. And I thought, and then when I went into the studio, I was like, you could actually tell there was definitely some tension between Holly and Phil. And I would love to know the absolute truth as to what went on between Holly, because it's never really come out.
No, it won't.
It's never really come out. And if you've got a best friend, you've got their back.
Yeah.
But clearly, something really bad must have happened for Holly not to back Phil.
It must have been. Yeah. It must have been.
Yeah. We've gone totally off pest control, haven't we?
Oh, well, we're talking about your TV experiences. Also, how did you end up with a cleaning line at B&M Bargains? That's I couldn't believe how I seen that on your Facebook. Here's my cleaning line. Please don't go to the till and say you know me and you want a discount. It's like. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, what is happening? I believed it. For fuck's sake. Oh, you're joking me. I thought.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, because everyone else probably knew.
So even my son and my daughter didn't know anything about it. And then when I put it out on Facebook, they've got this range in B&M. They were like, message me, Mum, why didn't you tell me about this? Oh my God, you're this, you're that. Can you buy me a house? I was just like, it's just a wind up.
I never actually. I thought, well, she's well connected. She's obviously got herself a cleaning line. There you go. You had me big time. Because I was telling my missus, this lady had a cleaning line at B&M Bargains. I said, yeah. So I didn't. Well, you got me well and truly there. Yeah.
There that would love to have a ladybug on their brand. I think it would go down quite well.
It would.
I had so many people messaging me like, oh my God, Vicky, how did you get into B&M? What did you have to do? But I'm like, oh my God, this isn't even my logo. Why would you believe this? But I
didn't actually look closely at the product either, to be fair. I just took you on what you said.
Yeah. So cleaning people out there, cleaning brands like Easy Clean, Dettol, I don't know. Who are the clean? Jay's? Is there a J?
I've no idea.
Whoever the cleaning brands are, I am here as Ladybug. Put me logo on there. You will sell loads of your cleaning products to everyone. The domestic cleaner. That's there. It's a given.
There we go. It's going to happen now. It's trend worldwide.
I had people messaging me saying, oh my God, why didn't I know about this? I'm going back to B&M and buying the complete range. I'm like, oh my God.
Did you let them go? And then you come...
No, I never let them know. I just let them.
Yeah.
I was hoping that B&M might get in contact with me and say, do you know what, Vic, actually?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be.
We can all scream, can't we?
Yeah. You're right. So with Ladybug Pest Control, how many do you have? Do you have like technicians that do you have like techs that go out? Do you have a few vans, or is it just what setup have you got with your company?
Of the
yeah.
We've now got Casey who works for me, who's been mainly in the office.
Okay.
And then I sometimes, because Casey only works part time, I then do the other side of the office. Millie unfortunately left us earlier on in the year because she was finding the childcare and working from home a little bit too much.
Okay.
She eventually left, but she's hoping to get back. So as soon as Skylar is a certain age and goes into nursery, then Millie's hoping to return to me.
Okay.
We'll have two people in the office working from home. And then obviously there's me that oversees everything.
Yeah.
And we've got Casey, Millie when she comes back, and then we've got Pidgey. So Pidgey is my main technician. He's my senior technician. He's also my partner. So with Pidgey, so I've known Pidgey for about 10 years. We became best friends. And then in 2016, when my marriage ended, he kind of came on board, but he kind of was always there for me.
Yeah.
And he would help me out on wasp jobs because I'm only little. I'm only 5 foot, 5 foot tall, and Pidgey's like nearly 6 foot tall.
My missus is very little as well in height. Yeah.
So
and I'm like 6'2". I am.
So he was able to do quite a lot of the high level work for me.
Yeah.
He would also be working for another big company. As their bird technician. So his speciality is within birds.
Okay.
He has worked for Canon. He has had contracts with BP.
Nice.
Huge corporate companies that he's been able to work for. And stuff like that. And then, so when I met him, he was working for a medium-sized company, if you like. Quite a few technicians. I would call them like a medium-sized company.
Okay.
Totally. And he would then do, when I started up in 2016, he would do the odd jobs for me, and I would just pay him as a subcontractor, if you like.
Okay.
And he would do that work privately. Yes.
Yeah.
Would work for me as a subcontractor when I first started out in 2016 as Ladybug.
Yeah.
And because I'm only 5 foot and he's nearly 6 foot.
Yeah.
If there was any wasp jobs that I couldn't reach, he would say, "Well, I'll do them for you for like 20 quid or whatever."
Yeah.
And that's kind of how our relationship built up.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it just happened that our friendship and the way that we was, and he would then, the work would just kind of really flood in. So when I first launched Ladybug in 2016, I was working in a pub to build up my confidence because I'd gone through so much and stuff, and I needed to find out who I was and where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do in my life. But I knew that I loved pest control because obviously I've done that previously.
Yeah.
And so I started to rebuild my confidence because it was not so much. And then obviously Pidgey came along, blah blah blah, and we just built up this friendship, and we just connected just straight away. We just really connected. Someone introduced me and Pidgey. That's not his name. That's not his real name. That's what I called him.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we just connected straight away, and I just thought, oh, he's all right, isn't he? He was with someone. I wasn't in the right place at all to be with anybody. And then a few years down the line, we just decided that actually we quite enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah.
We kind of liked each other.
Yeah.
And we had affection for one another. But first and foremost, we were best friends.
Yeah.
And the love that I felt for him and the love that he felt for me was totally different from anything we've both experienced before. And I just thought, oh, actually, I could actually be with someone like you, even though he's so much younger than me. He's 11 years my junior. And I just thought,
it's not about age, though, is it, really? It's irrelevant.
Yeah, I do love a young guy. Don't get me wrong. I do love a young guy. And I've been on dates and, and stuff like that. No one really tickled me fancy or whatever. But, Piggy was always there at the back of, and he would always message me every day, "Are you okay?" Because he knew what I'd been through.
Yeah.
And because he knew me when I was with my husband, although when I was with my husband, I'd never had any thoughts about Pidgey whatsoever.
Okay.
And the friendship and the relationship just happened, and he then left his partner to be with me.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of connected, and we've been together ever since. I think we've been together now for about 3 and a bit years now.
That's nice.
It's still relatively new.
Yeah.
I must have been 2016. I must have been at least 5-6 years single, officially single. Before I decided that I was ready to move on with someone else, because when you've been with someone for 22 years, I don't understand how there are women out there that want to live without a man with them or whatever. And with me, I need to find out. I've been with this person for 22 years. I've had children with them.
Yeah.
I've lost my identity. I now need to find my identity. I need to find out who I am, what I want, and what I want to be.
Yeah.
And so, look, my divorce happened in 2017, and in 2025, I am just going back to my maiden name. Yeah. So that's how long
it's taken.
This has actually taken, even though I've been with Pidgey for 5 of those years, it's taken me a long time to decide and choose.
Yeah.
And I've had to have a conversation with my children that I'm
a lot of people wait till their kids are older. They do to do that.
You know, my children are now. So Casey is how old's Casey? So Casey is, so it's easier to work out what Ollie is. So Ollie's 24. So Casey's 28. Ollie is 24. So Casey will be 29 this year. Ollie will be 25 this year. Ollie was born in 2000. That's why I didn't need to work. And I know there's a 4-year age gap.
Yeah.
So that's how it's easy to work out. But
yeah.
So although my daughter, Casey, was very much understanding about, you know, my reasons to go back to my maiden name.
Yeah.
Ollie, who has the learning difficulties and is 4 years younger than Casey, he was just like, why do you want to go back? Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Oh, you're getting married to Pidgey. No, I'm not. I'm not getting remarried at all.
Okay.
I just want to be a different person now. This is who I am in this life. It doesn't mean to say I'm no longer your mum.
It's true. That is. Yeah.
You know, this is who I am. This is my time now. You know, you've got your life. You have your children. You know, you're with someone now. Blah blah blah. You know, this is where I am.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to put my life on hold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ollie.
Yeah.
He was more, because he does have the learning difficulties.
Yeah.
It took him a little bit longer to accept the decisions that I've made, basically.
Okay.
So so you know, but I don't like to come across as being selfish or anything like that. But you know, I had my children 23. I had Casey when I was 23.
Yeah.
I had Ollie 4 years after that.
Okay.
You know, I dedicated my life, you know, for the further 20 odd years.
You have.
To them and my husband.
Yeah.
Who then went off. You know, we had our own successful pest control business.
Yeah.
And then he went off, and I just thought, you know what? It's my time now.
Exactly. It's your time.
And this is where we are today.
Yeah, that's good. That is. Yeah, thanks for that explanation. It all helps. It's a fun. It's good to get the backstory.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you don't need to go into every single detail. Yeah. So with like obviously at the minute, like obviously I'm a part of the board of the MPTA, and we're trying to get more women into the industry. Have you got any? Obviously, I'm here as myself, not as a board member, but in general, the industry is trying to attract more women pest control. It doesn't have to be pest control. All elements of pest control, because there's a lot to it. There is. Would you give any advice to any woman that wants to try and join the industry?
Secondary school, offering out careers.
Yeah.
When they have their career shows or whatever. And you know what? I think times are changing, and I think it's going to be extremely difficult to get guys and girls in the industry.
Do you think with the digital stuff coming in, that may attract a lot of the younger people or not?
It may attract them to the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But you know what? I had a thought about this the other day. But I think it's got to be very difficult, and this is my opinion.
Yeah.
No one else's opinion.
Okay.
Nothing to do with anybody else at all.
Yeah.
It's purely my opinion, and from what I see and from what I hear on social media and stuff like that, I think it's going to be extremely difficult to recruit guys and girls, or whatever you want to identify as, in the industry, because of the I need to be very careful with my words, with the generation that is coming in, because they are very much pro-life.
Yeah.
So they don't want to see rats killed. They don't want to see mice killed. They don't understand the concept of why should we kill a grey squirrel?
Yeah.
You know, they don't they're so cute.
Yeah.
You know, they don't understand that the reason why pests have been defined as pests.
Yeah.
From my training years ago, back in the day, in 2000.
Yeah.
When did I pass my test? In 2011, 12, whatever it was.
Yeah.
They don't understand the reason why these pests are deemed as pests is because of and I'll never forget it, the Dolly Parton 3Ds. Was you ever trained in the Dolly Parton thing?
I've not heard of that.
Destruction, distress, disease.
Oh, Dolly yeah. It wasn't described like the Dolly Parton to me. It wasn't that way.
That's why I can remember it.
Yeah.
My mind's always in the gutter.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I can remember the 3Ds.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Destruction, disease, distress.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why a pest is described as a pest. You get nuisance pests, and at the moment we're getting a lot of calls about varied carpet beetles, which are just like a nuisance pest, right? And so are, you know, what are those things called? What do you call them? I've got it on the tip of my tongue.
Squirrels?
No, not
because we were talking about squirrels before, weren't we? Yeah. Fleas?
They're like silverworm.
Silverfish.
Silverfish.
There you go. That's it.
They are a nuisance pest rather than what I call a pest.
Yeah.
So a varied carpet beetle is a nuisance pest. It's not a pest that destructs. It doesn't carry diseases. It may cover. It may be distressing for some people.
It may eat through a £20,000 carpet, but you know.
It might. But, you know. For me, silverfish or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's not it's not what I call a pest, like a rat or a mouse.
Oh no, yeah, exactly.
It carries and that can kill you basically, or a wasp.
Not a public health, basically. It's not
exactly a risk to public health, and that's what I see us as. Is that we are a technician. We are technicians. We are environmental people that are we carry out our risk assessments and everything like that, and we are we carry out for the public health basically.
It is.
And if there's a pest in your house, why would you not want to get rid of that? But there are some people out there, and we're supposed. I'm going off track, but we're supposed to be talking about recruitment into the pest control industry. I think in this day and age, I think it's going to be very good unless you get someone like me who's been brought up in an environment with hardy people, builders, banters, not offended about anything whatsoever.
Yeah.
That can take a laugh, that can go out for a beer with the guys, and you're not going to get that in the industry. I think you're going to find it very, very difficult to recruit in the industry from what I see right now. And I know that there is a huge recruitment problem in the pest control industry.
There is.
And I think the reason behind that is because of this woke. I don't like to say it, but there is a woke industry out there, or a woke generation that don't like to see anything harmed in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, there is them kind of people. Yeah,
it's a debate. It's not about offensive to anybody. Exactly. I don't ever want to offend anybody. But you've got to be able to have that debate.
You have.
You've got to be able to have that debate
have.
without offending anybody. And I can't see, I'm sitting here thinking now, I can't say this because I might offend X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Really, I shouldn't have to worry about that.
No, you shouldn't.
Why should I have to worry about that?
You shouldn't. You shouldn't, no.
I don't have to worry about that. No. I am a female in a very male-dominated industry. And I shouldn't have to worry about what other females or males think about what's coming out of my mouth.
Well, no, I just think it's great you come on the podcast because there needs to be more women voices on podcasts than us. And that's why I invited you on. Because
more voices, full stop.
Should be, yeah. There should be.
You shouldn't have to be worried about what you say.
No, you shouldn't.
It's only your opinion. And I'm not saying what I'm saying is correct. It's just my opinion.
It is.
And what you say doesn't mean to say you're correct. It's just your opinion. And it's about what you feel. And you shouldn't be offended by that. No one should be offended by what someone else says.
Oh, I make posts on LinkedIn and sometimes they're quite divisive, but it's just a debate. I don't get offended by people not agreeing because you're not supposed to all agree because the world would be boring, wouldn't it? If we all agreed, it would be.
Sometimes you see it with celebrities that they're frightened to say anything because of what the repercussions of what might happen. I could care less. I couldn't care less. I could, if I'm not out there to offend or upset anybody. Yeah. I genuinely am not. And I have a handful of friends. I don't have loads of friends. I have acquaintances out there. But I have a handful of friends, and that's it. And I will never, ever, ever upset any one of them at all.
Okay.
So, you should be able to have a debate about pest control and life and, why we control pests. At the end of the day, it's control.
It is,
We are controlling a public health risk. Your health is at risk if we do not control a rat population.
It's true.
Your health is at risk if we do not control a mouse population. Isn't it true that Gene Hackman, his wife died of hantavirus?
Oh, okay.
Caused by deer mouse in America. They've got deer mice in America.
Okay.
And that was caused by, she died through hantavirus.
It's not here yet, though, is it? It's not in the UK yet, is it?
No. But no, there has been reports of an Alex Wade will correct me if I'm wrong, but there is reports of mice carrying hantavirus.
Oh, I better look into this then. I do.
Yeah, do. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Quote me on that.
I won't. No.
But there is that report. But there is also reports of mice carrying the asthma. It triggers asthma in children.
Oh, okay.
If you have mice in your house as well, yeah. That's one that I learned a couple of years ago. It was a new research. Research. But there was a new research on that.
Okay. That's interesting. That is. I'll be looking them up, I will.
There are people out there as well.
Yeah.
Saying that, they don't understand cute grey squirrels that we know in the park. They don't understand why it's illegal to catch and release a grey squirrel.
No, but it's not difficult. It's literally a Google search will tell you, but it's not difficult. But like I had that locally. Someone was putting something, there's a hurt grey squirrel and all this, and people put leave it alone. And someone would Google the screenshot. If someone go, I'll take it to the vets, and they go, they'll just euthanize it. That's all they're out. If you can even get it there without it attacking you in your car. The public don't know, do they?
so-called experts on wildlife, they think it's cruel to kill that we can't catch and then release the grey squirrel, but they don't understand why we can't catch and release the grey squirrel. The grey squirrel wiped out our red squirrel, which is native to Britain. And the reason why it done that was because of the grey pox that it carries, and it wipes out the red squirrel.
So nasty death, apparently.
So, and it's an unpleasant death for our red squirrel.
Yeah.
Also, it costs the forestry industry billions of pounds.
It
the grey squirrel does, because they shred down all the bark and everything like that. But there are some people out there, like these tree huggers, that say that, okay, so we've got no red squirrels down here in the southeast, so therefore we should just hold our hands up and go, you know what, that's it, we're done.
Yeah.
There's no point in controlling grey squirrels anymore.
You need to, because they'll get out. They'll get like rats.
If the grey squirrel gets into your loft and rips down your wires, you're telling me you'll be happy about that?
Fire time.
To get an electrician in, blah blah blah, whatever. That's okay, because there's no hope at all that the red squirrels could come back into London. Yes, there is.
There is. Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
We've got, apparently there are only red squirrels, and I don't know if this is true or not. This is what I was on the Beauty and Beastie podcast.
Yeah.
But there's only red squirrels now in Scotland.
That's what I've heard too.
Therefore, we should only deal with grey squirrels up in Scotland. Grey squirrels should be allowed to live in London.
Yeah.
And further down.
Okay.
Because there's no hope red squirrels will be able to repopulate.
It would be difficult, because they'd be wiped out again, wouldn't they? That's the problem.
It would be. But someone suggested that there should be
just leave them alone?
A border, that if they then go over that border, then we should control the grey squirrels. But if they come below that border, then no, we shouldn't control.
They'll get like the rats, they will. They will get... to be honest, I think the grey squirrels are already out of control.
They are out of control. They have been allowed to be out of control. There was talks that of impregnating them with...
I heard that.
I don't know, some kind of tablet or, I don't know, something, so that they can't reintroduce babies or whatever.
Okay.
They can't repopulate.
Yeah.
Is probably the word. This is where I need Alex.
Yeah.
He would be able to tell me the right terminology.
Yeah.
But they would be able to repopulate and stuff like that. But I just think of the ignorance of that. Grey squirrels were introduced for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Wasn't it some entrepreneur or something that?
I can't remember.
About why grey squirrels were introduced into this country, but and basically he let them go, and they were then able to repopulate, and they then wiped out our native red squirrels. And our native red squirrels are so cute. They are really lovely.
Never seen one. I need a photo.
I've never seen. To be fair, Sean. I've never even seen one either. Only photographed, but they just look so cute with their little bit on top.
My dad did when he was a little kid. He did. But that was it. So it was. So
I just think we shouldn't give up so easily. And do you know what? We probably are outnumbered.
Yeah.
To control the grey squirrel population. But I don't know what the answer is. Do we give them an injection, the females an injection, so they can't repopulate, or the males, so that they can't repopulate? I don't know what the answer is.
It's a hard one. It is
a hard one. But do you know what? They are very vicious.
They can,
and if you got trapped, so so Pidgey got trapped in a lift once with one, and it went absolutely berserk.
Wow. Oh, goodness.
This woman asked him, he said, "Oh, do you want me to take that box down for you?" Because he was doing this job in this big clock flat.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah." He picked up this box, put it in the lift with him, and all of a sudden this grey squirrel just went mental and just come flying out of this box, spinning around. I mean, when he told me about it, I was wet.
What did he do? Did he have to like stamp on it? Oh God, couldn't it?
You hurt me or whatever, you know. But
yeah.
Yeah, as soon as the lift door opens, the squirrel.
Oh wow, that's good. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's crazy.
Mean, extremely vicious. You know, but if you was backed up in an environment, you know, you are going to be extremely protective.
Oh, you are.
And stuff, and I get that, but I just think that going back to recruitment, which is what the original conversation was about, it's like, I think it would be extremely difficult to recruit in this day and age when the youngsters feel that anything that's breathing should not be killed.
Do you know one thing that could? There's one thing that would change all that. I would never want it to happen, ever. You'd need something kind of level to the Black Death to come back. Yeah. And that would, I wonder about the people that don't like the pests being killed. That would change their minds. I hope that never, ever, ever happens. Yeah.
A client once over in Dulwich, I never forget, they were an older couple. And they had mice, a heavy infestation of mice. And this is when I first started out as Ladybug. And they had mice in their sofas. And they had this awful cold. They could not get better. They had this cold. And it would be like cold flu, like whatever. And they had been ill for about a month. And they called me in. And I went, I saw this mouse run across this sofa and down into the sofa.
Okay, yeah. And
the old man, he went, "Do you know what?" He said, "I lay on that sofa." He went, "I kind of feel things like, you know, while I'm laying." I'm like,
I'd soon move. What's going on there?
She's like, and I moved the sofa, like the cushions, and then all these mice were running. I was like, "Oh my God." I went, "You need to go back to your doctors.
Yeah.
And you need to get a blood test done, and you need to tell them you have a mouse infestation."
Yeah.
Because they will test for other things.
Yeah.
And because they said they couldn't shift this cold. They've had it for months.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got rid of the mouse.
Yeah.
The mouse, sorry.
Yeah.
I said to them they need to dispose of their sofas.
Yeah.
Which they did. I got in contact with the son, and I said, "Look, your mum and dad are ill. They need to go to the doctor, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
I said they need to dispose of the sofas. You need to get them new sofas, whatever. So anyway, cut a long story. I always do free visits for mice.
Okay.
And I returned back the following week, and I said to the clients, I said, "Look, what's been happening? You know, what's going on?" And they went, "Right, we've got rid of the sofas. There's no sofas." They had this massive house in Dulwich.
Okay.
So they had another room that they could go in that had sofas that wasn't quite synthetic.
Yeah.
And they said the doctor has put us on different antibiotics to treat for mice, like the diseases that mice carry.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but their bloods had come back saying a different thing.
Okay.
Because I said to them, go back to your doctors and get different blood tests and tell them you have a mouse infestation.
Okay.
Which they did.
Yeah.
Doctors done their bloods, tested. It came back with other results. They then prescribed them with different antibiotics.
Okay.
And they started to feel a lot better. The son had then come in, got the 2 sofas removed.
Yeah.
So that got rid of that lot.
Yeah.
I had obviously put crap loads of bait down.
Yeah.
I used specific bait from Killgerm.
Yeah.
Saccharacti.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a whole week. I've used it for absolute years. I've tried other baits in the past.
Okay.
Don't always seem to have a great result. But Saccharat D for me at the moment always works. It doesn't have a resistance to it whatsoever in London.
Okay.
And they got better.
That's good. That's good then. That's what you want. Yes.
And do you know what? In pest control, I know people think that we're just out there, we're killing all these pests.
Yeah.
But we're not. We're actually saving people's lives as well. When it comes to wasps,
that's true.
We are saving people's lives.
Debbie Wilson said that as well. We're saving people's lives. She said that.
Yeah, we are.
She said the public needs to know that more.
Yeah, they do. Do you know what?
See, in America, pest control is deemed, like plumbers and electricians, they're up there. Whereas in this country, we're not, are we?
No,
we're not.
And also in America, they charge so much money for pest control services.
They do. Everyone has a pest controller, every house. Usually.
Even a domestic client, a domestic person, a residential, will have a pest control contract in place in America.
Yeah.
Because it's so high up there.
It is.
It's sort of in such high regard. And this is what I say. My biggest bugbear in pest control, we're probably really overrunning, but in pest control, my biggest bugbear in pest control is about our pricing structure.
Yeah.
So you will have, and I don't know how we do this, and I have mentioned it before.
Yeah.
But in plumbers, like plumbers, electricians, they will have a set price in their industry of what they will charge. Right? And all electricians, all plumbers, up and down the country, roughly know what that minimum price is. What the recommended retail price is.
Yeah.
In pest control, we don't have that.
No.
In pest control, if you was to say, like, what do you charge for mice? And they go, I'm not telling you what I charge for mice. Oh, mate, I've got to talk to you. I'm not telling you what I charge for mice. I'm quite happy to sit here and tell you what I charge for mice control. What I charge £235 plus VAT for free visits for my mice control.
In London?
That
seems cheap. That does.
It does seem cheap. Some other people will charge 400 and odd quid for mice control.
Yeah.
Plus that. Yeah. But sometimes that 400 and odd quid will also include proofing.
Yeah.
I might not be able to do the proofing.
Yeah. Okay.
My proofing costs are charged separately.
Yeah.
I have a breakdown. This is how much it's going to charge you. I'm going to charge you to get rid of your current infestation of mice. I don't care where the problem is.
Yeah.
I don't care how big your property is. I don't care what postcode you live in.
Okay.
This is how much it's going to charge you.
Okay.
I am going to charge you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Then you've got wasp season. Wasp season in the pest control industry is such a huge thing.
It was up until last year. Terrible year.
It was last year.
Yeah.
It was last year.
Yeah.
It is this year. So a lot of people, you got the window cleaners. We all talk about the window cleaners.
We do.
The cleaners charge 20 quid to get rid of a wasp nest.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they don't need a qualification or any kind of certificate to buy a professional insecticide.
No.
A professional grade insecticide. They don't need, why? This is poison. This is I don't understand. You need a certificate
By
insecticide. Why not the same process for an insecticide?
I know.
You've got Harry out there or Joe Blogs.
Yeah.
Kill germ, whoever, 1EMB, whatever the pest control supply that they want to use.
Yeah.
I want to order 20 tubs of Viacandi. All right, it's a banned product right now.
Yeah.
Last year I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'll order 20 tubs of Viacandi. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll send that out to you, Mr. Window Cleaner Man.
Yeah.
That's no problem. Or I want to order Symmetrol Super to deal with bed bugs or not, whatever. Yeah, no problem. I'll send that out. But frig me, if you want to order some kind of rodenticide.
I know.
I'll have 20 bags of Saccharoxy, please. It's the kill germ.
Yeah.
I know, you can't have that. I haven't got a certificate on the system for you. Okay, but I ordered Vicam D or Symmetrol Super or whatever it is. Yeah, but that's all right. But I need a certificate for a rodenticide.
Yeah, you are right.
Where is the justification in that?
It is crazy. It is.
It doesn't make our industry look professional, and I think insecticides are worse than rodenticide.
You can't, yeah.
And the reason being is I've been to customers with, say, like a 70-year-old lady who has asthma, and they've been treated for fleas, and the technician has, I can't call him a technician, has gone in, sprayed that house from top to bottom, and the woman is still sitting there.
Oh, you're joking. Oh, no. That's not... No. Can't do that.
You can't fucking breathe. Excuse me? You could have killed that person.
Exactly.
What the hell? I don't understand the laws around insecticides and rodenticides. I genuinely don't understand that.
I know. It's...
Can you?
No, I can't. I can't, because it can, for some people, the insecticides do far more damage than being near some bait blocks. No. No. No.
No. Whole wheat.
Oh, no.
You're not going to do that.
No.
But you're right to allow someone to come around with a spray and just spray all around you.
I know.
No.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it.
I don't understand. I genuinely, the mentality, it's like, I don't know, I'll go on all day, but it's like people who decide where cyclist lanes should go or crossings, but that's a different story.
Yeah, that is.
That's a different story. You're getting me on a high horse now.
Oh.
But anyway, the chicken's going cold shoulder. We nearly finished.
Yes, we are. So thanks for coming on, Vicky. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Actually, it really has.
Have we gone way over our time?
I'll be honest, it doesn't really matter. It's only 1.5 out. I had to stop it a few times, as you know, I was having an issue. But I'll clip it all back together, it will. But no.
Go out?
You say?
Will the whole lot go out?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Go on, ask me some questions then if you want. While we're on a roll.
Whatever.
You've got, come on, get your list out. You must have a list of questions for me. Come on.
There we go. So what's your favourite pest work to do then?
Oh, I love cockroaches.
Cockroaches.
Yeah, I love a German cockroach. They're so easy to deal with. Just so long as the preparation has been done.
Wait a minute.
Oh, we've got...
So cockroaches, you like?
Okay. Oh, yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'll have a cheesy one. Yeah. Tip it.
I'll cut that out, don't worry.
That's all right. Yeah, so I love dealing with cockroaches.
That's good. I've not ever dealt with them. I haven't.
Have you not?
We get no call. In our area, and all the whole time my dad's run the firm, and the whole time he's been doing it, he's never got a call for them. I live in the pot. Well, everyone thinks we're all rich and drive around in Range Rovers. I live in Rutland.
Where?
Rutland.
Rutland. Is that Utland?
Yeah. Rutland Water.
You're not here.
Right. So I'm closer to Leicester and Peterborough. You must have heard of them.
Yeah, I've heard of Leicester and Peterborough.
I'm closer to them. About half an hour from there. But it's like the smallest county in the country. No, never. I don't do work in Leicester, you say. I don't do work in like the city. So I've never had no call for it. So I know how to do them because I learned it on my level 2 course, where that's where they got me on the course because I learned it, and it's hard to stick in your brain, isn't it? But yeah, it's annoying when you do all that work and then different questions come up in the exam. you know. I mean, I do most pests apart from the cockroaches. I do. That's one pest that I don't do. If someone wants us to do it, we'll happily do it. It will be a good experience for me, but no one's wanted it really.
So how much would you charge up there for a cockroach job?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't.
Ready?
I haven't got a price ready for that. I don't know.
I'm just going to my price list now. Hold on. I'll tell you how much I charge down here. So it might give you a rough idea of what to charge up there. So for cockroaches, if it's just confined to the kitchen only, it's 3 visits, 1 visit for 3 weeks, and we use a gel bait system.
Yeah.
It's £330 plus the VAT.
So because we're in Rutland, about £900. I'm joking. That price sounds good. It does. I don't know. It does sound good for London. Yeah. That's what all you need to do is make your profit. That's it.
I know that I'm still making a profit on that. And
exactly.
Otherwise I wouldn't be able to employ someone. Or I wouldn't be able to employ 3 people if I wouldn't be able and pay myself.
Yeah.
If I wasn't making a profit on that.
That is true. That is. But yeah, I've never done them. Maybe one day. Who knows?
I went to a job today.
Yeah.
And the experts in pest control, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They quoted this person for a mouse job, which is literally 5 minutes. Well, probably a 5-minute walk, 1 minute drive from me. Nearly £3,000 to deal with a mouse problem.
What is that? Was that proofing or just to come and kill them off? Wow. I'm guessing they didn't get the job.
I charge £235 plus the VAT.
You don't charge enough, clearly.
And literally 1 minute drive up the road.
Yeah. Oh, that's mental.
You got the job.
Oh. Yeah.
But I'm making a profit on that.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
1 minute drive up the road.
Well, that's good.
Fuel costs on top of that.
Yeah.
Yes, I've still got to pay my technician, but my technician has he gets paid a certain amount a month.
Yeah.
He gets paid a certain amount a year.
Yeah.
And so I can factor in all of that. And this is why I prefer to do more local jobs than other jobs, than wider jobs. So I will only cover all of Bromley.
Yeah.
And all of Croydon Borough, Surrey.
Yeah.
And most of SE postcodes.
Okay.
I'll cover some SW postcodes, but most of the SE postcodes I will cover. If I have letting agents, and I do have a hell of a lot of letting agents and property management companies.
Yeah.
They say to me, Vicky, I want you to go and pick up a dead box in the centre of London. I'll go and do that, but it's going to cost you a certain amount of money because I have to go to London.
Yeah.
There could be congestion charges. I have to add all of those costs on top.
Yeah.
As well as my out of hours service.
Yeah.
To go to that, because it's better to go in the centre of London. And this was right in the centre of London.
Yeah.
It's best to go there in the evening.
Yeah.
Whatever. Because there's less people about, whatever.
Yeah.
Especially during the week. If it was weekend, I'd be like, it's even more money. But and they're absolutely fine. I am extremely honest with my client.
Yeah, and that's the main thing.
I don't send them on a wild goose chase. the price are discussed before we actually go and do the job.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people on some forums.
Yeah.
I'm part of admin.
Yeah.
And they say, I went and done this and I've done this, X, Y, and Z, and now they're refusing to pay me. And I'm like, why did you not, go and survey that property first of all, and then give your price? Why did you not tell them the price on the phone, how much your survey cost was going to be? So it gives you do you know what? In pest control, you have to whittle out the time wasters, because you will get a lot of time wasters, and they will be like, I'm not going to pay you £80 for your time. Okay, why not?
That's true.
Why are you not going to do that? I have just done X, Y, and Z. I've given you a rundown of what I feel is going on in your property, but why are you not going to pay me my money? Well, you was only on here 2 minutes.
Yeah, see, that's what they think.
You're not paying me for my time. You're paying me for my expertise and my knowledge that I know about that pest that you are calling me in to deal with.
That's true.
You put me up and you wanted me to deal with, what's a pest? A mole. I'm not going to deal with that. Sorry, I have to post you on to someone else because I have no clue about moles.
See, moles, I'm fine with.
Yeah. Cool, Sean. You
might be a bit far though.
Yeah.
But if
there was someone in, there's loads of pesties in my area that I could probably say, do you know what? I don't deal with that moles. Can you call so and so, because they know about. So like in my area, in Beckenham, Croydon, whatever. Yeah. I know that I can call on someone who knows about bees and who does bee removal. So you've got Scene Pest Control. Yeah. And going to kill me because I've forgotten his name. But there's another guy who actually is in, and they work together. So Stephen and I've forgotten his name, and he's such a lovely guy as well. But anyway, they work together really well, and they do bee removal in my area. So if someone calls up and they've got bees, I'll say no. That is not my speciality. You need to call so and so, because
I've got that as well. I've got a guy name's Elliot. And he's EM Pest Control, and he any bee jobs I get, I just hand his number over, and he sorts it. He does.
Yeah, but you've got to have those other people. So I have my general pest control that I deal with, and that's not a problem. If there are customers that call us up in North London, East London, whatever, I'm not going that way unless it's worth thousands of pounds. Yeah. I am not going over that river. I'm not doing it. No. Crack on, I'm not doing it. Go and give it to someone else. Yeah. If it's not worth my while, I'll go down the Kent coastline for a good bird job or whatever. Yeah. But if it's for like a £100 wasp nest, I'm not going.
Not worth it.
I'm not going all that, because I could earn triple that up here in that time that it takes me. And this is why I only do local work, because
I don't blame you.
Earn more money locally than I can if I take on £100 wasp nest 30 miles away up in London. It's going to take me half a day to get to London.
We cover 20 miles from Oakham, we do. Yeah. So, but like if we had a business just purely in Rutland only, we wouldn't really have a business. No. You've got to go a bit wider when you live where I do.
Yeah, but I'm assuming that where you are was quite rural.
Yes, it's a countryside. Yeah, but it is a town. But you'd think it's a village. Yeah. Compared to cities, we call a lot of them towns, but when city people see them, that's a village. Yeah, like, that's tiny. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You've got to look and see your demographics and who you can serve and what you can serve. Yeah. In your area, whereas me, I only need to. I could do like a 5-mile radius, and I could still earn loads of money.
All right, nice. That's good. That is.
Yeah.
That is.
So when someone calls me up, when we say we will give you a text warning, we could literally be 4 minutes down the road from the previous customer that we're coming from.
Yeah, that's good then. That is.
You have to, and this is why I don't cry out for areas other than where I am and where I'm serving. I don't need to. I'd rather give it out to someone else.
That's fair
and
enough.
I do pass out a lot of work. Mark Porter is one of them.
Yeah.
Quick Kill is another one. I have got a number of people on my books up and down the UK that I will call on and say, right, I'm not doing this, so can you do it? Can you give me your price? I'll pass out loads of work.
That's good then.
Different pest controllers.
That's nice. That is.
And it is about, as where a lot of us, I think 80% of us in this industry are small micro businesses, maybe one-man bands.
You've heard Alex Wade say that, haven't you?
No.
He says it a lot. He does. Yes.
No.
He says it a lot on the podcast. He does. Exactly like that. He does.
Yeah.
You think alike. You do.
And he's a poshie and I'm a common. But anyway, no, I strongly believe that there's a lot of micro businesses and one-man bands or one-woman bands in this industry.
There's more of them than there is of anything else.
Right.
It's true. Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot more of us than there is of the huge Rent-A-Kills, Cogito, Virgo, whatever you want to call them. There's a lot more of us than there are of them. I believe that, say, for example, I don't know, I suddenly won a bloody multi-million-pound contract.
Yeah.
A nationwide contract. I would say, obviously, on that, I would subcontract out to X, Y, and Z, and I would do my due diligence on the subcontractors. I have subcontractor forms, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I will pass that up and down the contract. Why would I not do that? Why would I not do that? But if you've got the experts in pest control, like Knob or whatever you want to call them, Red the Wallet, they're just going to keep it all to themselves. Whereas I feel I can do a lot more good if I could say, right, you know what? Although that's a multi-million-pound contract, I am just me.
Yeah.
But I can sell me as a group. I am Ladybug Group Limited, after all. Therefore, I sound a lot bigger.
You do.
Than I actually am. And so I can then do a nationwide contract.
It's possible.
I give it out to all my colleagues. And that's what I class everybody out. I don't see other pest control companies as a competition. I see them as my colleagues. That we can all help each other. And we can all work together.
You can, because it's like if you don't do, say, you handle your bee jobs over, I handle my bee jobs over to someone else, and you can all work together. You can. Yeah.
I might have a box of chocolates or a bunch of flowers, or thank you so much, Vicky, for passing me that work. I really appreciate it. Here's a box of chocolates, or here is a bouquet of flowers. Or here's a box of Moretti, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm so appreciative. I didn't ask for that, but I really appreciate that you are really thankful for the work that I've given you.
It's nice. That's nice. It's a good industry. Pest control is. I wish I found it when I was younger. I did, but I didn't. I had a crap job for 16 years and I hated it. But I worked in a flat pack furniture factory, very toxic environment, like old school places where your boss would scream at you and all that. Yeah, I used to work there. That kind of place. I used to hate it, but I got out of there. My dad offered me a job, and I got furloughed. And then basically, my dad said, "Do you want to come work with me?" And I said goodbye to them, and that's it since then. But I used to help my dad in the summer sometimes with wasp nests at weekends previously, but that was about it. It was, but I did come into, I say that, but like a month in, I went and broke my knee. So luckily, my dad's the boss, and he paid me full pay for 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so I broke my knee twice so far. Not going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. I fell over in the client's garden walking across the grass. It wasn't their fault. When I went down, I couldn't get back up. And the second time was 2024. And I slipped in my own garden and broke the kneecap this time. But I've done very well. I've lost 6.5 stone since then. And I go gym and that now. So I've...
progress on your weight loss.
Yeah, cheers. That's all part of it, about me keeping mobile and trying not to do stupid things like that again. Because I don't want to do it again. It's not nice.
No.
Takes the wind out of you, I can assure you.
Oh, I bet it did, yeah.
Yeah, you got to learn to walk again.
Yeah.
That was hard. That was.
You're all right now. You're hobbling along.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hobble really at all. In the winter, usually a bit, because when it gets really cold. But yeah, from
an illness. Well, I ignore the illness.
Yeah.
But I suffer with a thing called hypermobility.
Okay.
And basically, I got diagnosed at about 15 years ago, I suppose it was. But I thought I was getting arthritis because my bones, especially in the winter, they would be like really aching, blah blah blah. Anyway, I went to the doctors and I said, I think I've got arthritis, my bones, this, that, and the other. Anyway, I went for tests and I had this dye injected in to highlight my bones, and then I went for a full body scan.
Okay.
And anyway, when I went for the results, they told me that I had this thing called hypermobility. So I don't have arthritis as such. It's just hypermobility. So I got this diagnosis of hypermobility, and basically it does present itself as similar to arthritis.
Okay.
But basically my joints, which I knew anyway, was very bendy, so I'm quite a flexible person. And they said to me the there's no medication for it, which is fine. I don't need any medication. I don't like medication. But they said that in the winter months, I will suffer. My joints will suffer more because obviously it's cold. So the house has to be really well heated.
Okay.
And for my Christmas holidays, I need to go to like tropical climates. So I need to go to places where it's really quite hot.
Okay.
So I said, can you put that on a prescription? Can you put it on a prescription? I need to go to a tropical environment every year, like every Christmas. I was like, no, we can't do that, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I'll be saving you loads of money by not going on.
Well, you got to try it, yeah. You have.
But so every year I have to go somewhere hot, and that's why I do go somewhere every year that's quite hot. And it's just purely for my own well-being.
Yeah,
because
that's good.
In the winter here in the UK, my joints they just really hurt. I'm in a lot of pain, but I don't take any painkillers or anything like that. I don't used to do anything like that.
Okay, fair enough. That's not good to live with, but you're a hard case. You are. My missus suffers with a lot of, and she's tough like you. She suffers with some. I'll tell you off the air about that if you want. But yeah, thanks. I reckon we'll wrap it up there because this will be the longest Pest Perspectives to date.
Got a lot of editing to do.
I have, because the camera, if you don't know people, the camera kept coming off my end, so I have to pull it together. So it won't be out as quick as normal. But thanks for coming on for Pest Perspectives. I really appreciate you coming on and giving up your free time to talk about pest control and life in general. It was fun. It was. It is.
I think, the general public or whoever wants to see this wants to see, what we go through as an individual as well.
That's true.
It's life at the end of the day.
Have you got any recommendations for anyone you'd like to see on the podcast?
Maybe part 2 of me. No, I'm joking.
Well, we could do a part 2 in the future. We could.
The Alex Wade and Davy Brown would be my 2 people to.
I have requested Alex, but I will request Davy as well. I will.
I think I mean, maybe once they've seen me, they might think, okay, maybe I'll go on as well.
Yeah.
Who else? I'm just trying to think. What about, and I know that she's left the BPCA, but what about Natalie Bungay?
I could try. She works for Pest Force now. I could try.
Pest Force now.
Yeah.
But again, she's another knowledgeable person.
She's very knowledgeable.
Extremely.
When she left the BPCA, she was basically the face. Well, in my opinion, she was the face of the company.
Yeah, I
was.
Totally agree. Totally agree. So yeah, maybe Natalie and seeing what she's doing in her new role and stuff, because she's another one that I would highly look up to in the pest control industry. Steve Havers, if you could manage to get hold of Steve Havers.
I'd have to ask Alex about that. He might be able to help me with that.
I don't know if he would have his contact details or anything. So I think that was kind of left, a little bit unsettling. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, maybe Steve Havers. I would love to see him.
Okay.
On the podcast. And I'll tell you what. If it's Steve, I don't know if it's Steve Havers. I think it might be Steve Havers. Because there was another guy that used to work for Killgerm called Nigel, and he was the bird man.
Okay.
His name was Nigel the bird man, but he's retired now, and I think he's totally out of the industry. But
if the beauties and beasties can't get them, there's not much chance of me getting.
Well, you never know.
But you can always try, can't you?
Do you know what? Never ever give up. And
no.
You know what? If you don't ask, the answer's always no.
That's
but
true.
I do know that Nigel is on LinkedIn.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. It might be good to get an environmental health person. Just trying to think who would be good in the industry. Trying to get in.
I don't know.
PhD hugger.
I don't know. I don't think that will go down well. But you've given me some ideas. I will reach out and see what I can do.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I will. Do you want to plug anything while you're on here? Your company or anything?
Sean asked me to be on here, and Debbie Wilson, I believe, recommended.
She did. But I'd already booked you before she recommended you. So there you go.
She's my new director, apparently.
Yeah, that came up on the podcast.
Did it?
It did. I had to ask her. Apparently, the next issue of Pest Magazine, there's going to be 2 in there.
Yeah.
You know, the issue that should have been Debbie Wilson from Wilson Pest Management is going to be back in there. So that's going to be in there. Well, it should be, and the current topic. So they're going to have 2 pages to correct it.
Well, I think you need to have a sense of humour in any aspect of life, because I could have been really cheesed off about it.
I know, you could have been.
Cheesed off.
Oh, no.
I wasn't. I just thought,
no.
Why not? It looks as though I've got this amazing person in my business.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, training is another thing for me as well. But just trying to figure out who we could get in. But I'll have a think and maybe message you about it.
Yeah, you can do. But thanks for coming on, Vicky. It's been a pleasure. And the first as Vicky Hall.
Hall, Lady
Victoria Hall. That's it. Yeah.
And I've shown you my certificate to prove it. So
most definitely. But thanks for coming on.
No problem.
I really appreciate it.
No.
And this will come up beyond sometime this week because I've got to clip it all together. Because of my technical error on my side. But it will make sense and all go together just fine once I've done it.
Hopefully it will be your most viewed podcast.
Yes.
So we'll get you up there so we can start doing this all live. Let me know when it is, and then I'll start sharing the shit out of it as well.
I will definitely. Anyway, thanks, Vicky.
No worries.
And I'll see everyone next time on the podcast.
Yeah.
I will. Thanks.
Take care.